Hollywood is gonna Hollywood. What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel for another segment of Infinite Courage. And today we're going to be talking about actress Grace Van Dien, who played Chrissy Cunningham in Netflix's Stranger Things season 4. Now, if you guys don't remember her, this is her character, and she was really good. She was really good in Stranger Things. I enjoyed her performance. But she's come out and she's talking about some Holly weirdness going on. So I thought we should discuss this. Here's the headline: Stranger Things actress stepping back from Hollywood after allegedly offered a threesome by a movie producer. And this is what I'm talking about when I say Hollywood is gonna Hollywood. Now, sometimes I feel like a lot of these young women, young people that are growing up now after the Me Too movement are kind of under this illusion that Hollywood has changed for the better and that the old guard is gone and that these kind of things don't happen anymore. But the truth is that Hollywood is just a bunch of degenerates. For the most part, there's just a bunch of degeneracy going on. And I'm not even talking about the Holly weird aspect of, what they're doing with kids. I'm talking about just very adult oriented degeneracy. And most of the times these kind of things happen. Now, I found a clip of her talking about this, which I will share with you here. And then we'll go into a little bit more of what she's had to say.
Deciding to stream more, but the fact of the matter is the last few projects I've worked on, I didn't have the best experiences. One of the
Understandably.
last movies I did, one of the producers asked me to, he hired a girl that he was sleeping with, and then he had her ask me to have a threesome with them.
Ugh.
So that's my boss.
So again, as you can see, I believe that. I think that it happens frequently in Hollywood. And if you're under this kind of assumption that it doesn't happen anymore because people like Harvey Weinstein have gone to jail, now everyone's kind of watching what they do and they're not doing these kind of things anymore. And that's just not true. And I think that part of the reason that a lot of people may be questioning her or asking for receipts or certain things like that is because of the Me Too movement, because of what happened with everything that has to do with the Me Too movement. We went from this one extreme of believe all women, then people like Amber Heard came out and abused that, and now people don't believe actual victims. And that's why I have a huge problem with things like the Me Too movement, because it's made it harder to believe what happens to actual victims when things like this happen all the time and when people cry wolf. So now I want to share with you a little bit more about what she's saying. So we heard that clip, and this article goes into a little bit with that. So she said, with streaming, I get to choose who I hang out with and who I talk to, etc., etc. I mean, that's true. That's why I like streaming. And that's why I like being my own boss, because I don't have to listen to anybody and I can stream with whoever I like and I can be my own boss. So she expands on what she was talking about in the clip. And she says, I didn't do it and I cried and I was so upset. But it's like when people are like, how is streaming better for your mental health? That's how. I mean, understandably so. Van Dien continued, I get to stay inside my home and play video games, and I don't have my boss asking me to have sex with him. That's how this is better for my mental health. I mean, 100%. I completely get that. Especially when you're making money and you're doing okay for yourself and you're doing well. Why put yourself in that position to be harassed and things like that? Because Hollywood is a very, very dirty industry. It's not like all of these stories are coming out of nowhere. I mean, these things happen. The What Comes Around actress noted that she informed her management team, which was the right way to handle the alleged incident. She also noted that a fellow castmate heard the encounter and was like, did I just hear that correctly? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, want to go for a walk? I was like, yeah. And we just had a miserable time. We cried a lot on that shoot, Van Dien recalled. That's upsetting. That's upsetting. According to the outlet, the 26-year-old actress concluded her live stream with, that's why I'm going to stick to streaming for a little bit. And I hope that's not a huge wrench in your plans for me. And I'm developing my own projects and I'm hoping that someone decides to fund them, because then I can be in control of my own set and I'm not going to ask my actors to sleep with me. So that's cool, right? Honestly, all the more power to her. I think that this is what a lot of women should do. When you get to that point where you're like, you're going to have offers as an actress, you're going to have offers that come in, professional offers, I should say, to do movies and stuff like that. But if you've worked with other people on that set that have a history or something like that, maybe you're not interested because you hear things all the time in the industry as well. I think it's always good to go independent, and she's choosing to do that, and all the power to her. And she didn't even name names. I mean, if you wanted to go and figure out who it was, you probably could. If someone really wants to go track down these receipts, they probably could, because this article is saying that she did basically complain to her management about what went down. So that's kind of like receipts. I mean, she didn't call the cops or anything because there was no criminal activity happening. She was just offered a threesome and she refused, which she has the right to do. But a lot of these Hollyweird people will talk and will be like, oh, well, this girl's not down to do things. And, you get put on lists and all this kind of stuff. And she just wants to do her own thing. Good for her. I wish more people would choose to do their own things instead of throwing people under the bus and claiming weird stuff without having any receipts or without going to make any sorts of complaints or anything like that. Besides, like I said, that's the way things are in Hollywood. And just so you guys understand what I'm talking about, just a few months ago, there was leaked photos from the set of Thor: Love and Thunder with Taika Waititi getting real cozy there with his girlfriend Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson. And these photos were leaked. I mean, they're gross, but it's just, that's the way things are in Hollywood. Look at this headline: the hot Taika Waititi, Rita Ora, Tessa Thompson threesome kicks off slutty summer. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. This is not new to Hollywood. These things happen all the time. And it's very unfortunate that this young girl had to kind of experience that firsthand. But it is what it is. And it's, as long as, I'm guessing she's kind of like black-pilled now and she wants to do her own thing. And that's good. And I encourage people to go subscribe to her and to understand, to just be under no illusion that Me Too saved Hollywood, or that there's no more creepos in Hollywood or something like that. There's creepos everywhere. It's just a fact of life. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you smash the like, share the video far and wide, and leave your comments down below with your thoughts. Do you think Hollywood has changed? Do you think Hollywood's ever going to change? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.